As a YouTuber, we have to do a lot more than just filming, script writing, research. You also have to nail your thumbnails and your titles. So lots of thumbnails need to be made, and this new tool from Adobe will help you brainstorm and get some ideas from templates that you can remix and then make your own. These templates never end up looking anything like they started because you're just mixing, matching, using new elements and making your own stuff. But what it does do is help you get some ideas onto the page. You can move text around very easily. It knows these new modern looks and feels. I think they look really great. Let's check it out. These are my favorite features, and definitely stay till the end because I've got one last little tidbit that is going to help you crush it when it comes to posting to social media and anything like that. So let's dive into CC Express right now. Let's check it out. My favorite features, let's go. So CC Express comes already with your Creative Cloud membership. So if you've got that already, head over to the CC Express app, download it to your computer. There's a desktop version. It looks a little different than what we're gonna be doing on the iPad. I actually like the iPad user experience better. I can do this on the couch, I can do this in the car, or wherever I am. So let's dive in. You open up CC Express here. I've got my iPad. I'm just gonna be designing on it right here along with us. So when you open this up, it asks create a new project. You see flyers, Instagram posts, logos, collages, Facebook posts, cards, invitations, business cards, menus, brochures, resumes, posters, wallpapers. But you saw up here, this was the treasure trove, YouTube thumbnails. Let's go check all of them out. They give you a ton of thumbnails to start with. I think it was 600 and change that I saw when I added them all up. And so you can go through, it's got different subjects, art, business, education, fashion, music. But we want something like photography or tech, right? So let's check out all of these photography ones. And you can already see, oh yeah, these look very familiar. These look like things that I've seen. Let's remix this project. And then you can see all these features down below: add, color, animation, layout, brand, resize. If you just click on any part of this, you're gonna see it opens up and you can see all these other options from edit, adjust, looks, and enhance. And all of these options also have different things: replace, remove background, move freely, delete, select multiple. With adjust, you've got a little nudge button, rotate, scale, everything you could look for. Looks, so this is like different filters and effects that you can mess with, and we're gonna jump back into that after we have something. And then here's your normal enhance with contrast, brightness. So let's just start going right in here. You click on that. What am I messing with? I'm messing with the background already. So let's go edit. We want to remove that background, so let's just delete that. Let's go check out the Adobe Stock photos. Now this is super powerful. This gives you tons of access to all these things. So much stuff in here. So I'm gonna call this video Fast Thumbnails in CC Express. So let's try and find something that has to do with thumbnails. So I'll type in here, thumbnails, and let's just see what pops up, if there's anything. And wow, yeah, of course, they've got tons of different things that have to do with thumbnails. All right, so this is our new background. I just clicked it and we should, yep, there we go. It pops right in there. And from here, I can use my fingers to scroll around and do stuff with it. So let's switch up this text because we don't really like that. It's hard to read. So when you do click the text area, you'll see it highlighted in a square, so you know that you're working with the text. And okay, so they have review, and we want fast thumbnails. All right, and already it's kind of looking a little weird. Let's just drag this down. You can do it that way, or you can also, if you come over here to size, you'll also see that you can mess with it in that way. So a few different ways to change stuff, but we still don't like this. This looks bad. So let's just check out some of these other things when you have a title or text highlighted. So you get the edit with all these features. Then there's the font. They have all these different fonts that you can use. And I think the problem is there's something weird going on with the style of this thing. Is it the style? Okay, it's effects. So let's just take off effects, and you see, so there are these three effects: shape, shadow, outline. And outline was turned on for that. So now we have our text ready to work with, and let's get it in a different color, something easier to see, like a red. Red works really good. Bump up the size just so we can see what we're doing. Let's get rid of this camera guy. If we go to edit, delete. So a lot of this is just kind of poking around. There's only a few options that you can choose from. So if you just go through them all, you're going to get pretty good at figuring out where all this stuff is and where it's hidden, if it is hidden. They do a pretty good job of just laying it all out there for you. So fast thumbnails, we got our text, but still it needs some help. Let's go through some more of these. There's opacity. We know what that does, right? Effects. This one I think is very important. These shape, shadow, and outline. You saw what the outline could do. It could remove and just make it kind of transparent. Well, I also like this shape. And if you click on the lower one, now there's all these other options, all these other types of shapes that you can have around your text. Let's say I choose this shape. When I move the size up, the shape also follows that. So it would be nice if I could enlarge these things in the shape. Hit this mask text, see, you can make it see-through. I like this one. This is something that we see a lot of. So I'm gonna keep this guy. Fast thumbnails. Boom. Shadow. You can see what that does. Gives you a little drop shadow. And then the outline, which is also, a very common thing. You just, you want this, you want your text to really pop out of this, and you can change the color here. Lots of stuff you can do. All right, so let's keep this. We like this outline with the shape vaguely visible. So order, and this is kind of, separate from the background. And when we add something else in, I'll kind of show you how that works a little more. The nudge, if you want to just go just a little bit up and down, if it's hard for you to grab, it can be a little tough with just your fingers. I would suggest using the pencil for the iPad if you got that. It makes it a lot easier. And you can also see, if you're moving it along, you'll see the little helpful dots when you hit the middle or when you've hit an edge that you should be paying attention to. I wish there was a faster way to just lock it into center, but no go. So size, we've already talked about that. Align, there's all these other things you can do. You can make it align in a different shape. Curved, there's all these weird little things you can do. It's always good to just mess around with this stuff, see it in different formats, because it's so easy to just kind of pop around and say, oh, that's actually kind of cool, but we're going to go center stage. Spacing. So this is that. Oh, is this the shape? Oh, this is great. Okay, so here's where you can mess around with the shape. You can make it bigger, smaller. So now you can use a lot of those other shapes and just make them smaller, make them the way you want. I kind of like it. Maybe like that. That's great. Okay. This is what I mean. You just got to poke around with this thing. Go through all the options. You're going to find little things that'll make you go, oh, that's cool. And it leads you off into this other direction that you've never even thought about. So this is why I love this thing as a brainstorming tool, and just to like get stuff out there, see what this thing looks like, see how you want to craft your video thumbnail and how you're going to release it. Another pro tip is if you have your thumbnail and your title already made before you even start shooting your video, you're going to know exactly what you want to capture on your video. So it's always best practice to make your thumbnail first, start thinking of titles, and get all that stuff done before you even press record on the camera. It's going to make you a lot sharper and make you keep on point. Here's another feature that I really like, and it's the style feature. So you've got this little wheel down there. You've got your text selected and you're in your style tab. Now, if you just start turning, do you see that? There's all these, it's just going to go through all these different things that you could try out, and just keep in mind, you can change the color of all this stuff, anything, but I just love that this is the brainstorming tool. This is when it's just like, here's all these things you can do for your thumbnail. And yeah, it just goes on and on and on. That's kind of cool. Oh, where was that one? Yeah. All right. So let's click out of that. We like this. So let's add now our logo into here, because we're going to grab the CC Express logo. That is something that people, when they see in their thumbnail, they'll say, oh, I know that logo. And now, oh, what are these two words? Fast thumbnails. You just really have to grab them really fast, keep it super basic and simple, and just try and grab their curiosity with something nice and eye-catching. So let's go back, add now. We want to add a photo that we have. And already I went through and I found a logo for CC Express. And all I did was, this was a PNG, so it already comes in. It's already got the transparent background in there. And let's just center it up right in the center. Nice, big and bold. Okay, here, so here's where I'm going to show you now the order of things. So in this high court, the order of things goes like this. What's on top is shown right here, right? So I want to move that behind the text. And so I can either slide it or I can just click it. So you could do something like that, but we probably just want to keep it nice and clean. That's good. So there we go. So now when you're scrolling along, you're going to see, boom, fast thumbnails. Then you're going to see the logo, boom. And you're going to say, I know that logo. What's this video about? And that's when your eyes go up to the title and you read the title and you say, oh, fast thumbnails in CC Express. That's when you click. That's the whole cycle. You grab them with your eyes and the visuals first. Then that leads them up to the title. That's where the curiosity comes in, and that's when they're going to click. So you need two parts. You need the thumbnail and you need the title. Then when they click on your video, you got to have a good video too. So there's a lot of stuff to think about and worry about when it comes to this video YouTube game and keeping your own channel. I know it's tough, and eventually you're going to find these little tools that are going to help you edit, help you make the thumbnails, help you brainstorm, help come up with these ideas. And that's when you're really flying and gaining the views and subscribers that you should. We got our little fast thumbnails, we got our logo in there, and I also I want to add something else. When I think of fast, I think of race cars, I think of smoke and fire shooting out the back of the tires, that type of cartoon world thing. That's the kind of world that I live in. So let's go try and find some fire icons. And they have all these other things that you can add in here. There's text, design assets, photos, icons, stickers, backgrounds, videos, and logos. So let's go to icons and let's just type in fire. Let's see what kind of icons Adobe Stock has for fire. And yeah, there's tons of fire. I would like to find something with some more color. So let's go check out what kind of stuff they have in Adobe Stock. Because not only is it photos, but it's also design elements, it's also vector art, and it's definitely helpful. And they just have everything you could ever want. So fire, here we go. There's tons. Oh yeah. Here is the fire that we want. Because what I want to do is remove the background and just have that fire in there. So I'm going to choose that one, add it in. Where do you want to add it? I want to say move it freely. So now I can put it wherever I want. And I am going to remove the background. This is one of my favorite things that you can do. You click on your image, you go to edit, and you'll see here, remove background. So let's just hit that, see how it works, and yep, it does pretty dang good. I would say that's pretty awesome. And I'm just going to kind of make it so that CC Express is just on fire. All right, I'll put it behind the logo now. So I go bump into order, put it behind the CC Express. And yeah, look at that. So what I also know is that down here in the right-hand corner, there's going to be a small box that YouTube puts in there, and that's going to show how long your video is. So I never put anything in this right-hand box. I always try and keep it all to the side and, around that right-hand box because I know it's just going to be covered up. So let's just get rid of this little guy that's in there. Looks like they had another box in there. And yeah, here is your thumbnail that I think looks really good. Maybe we can just put some different looks on here. I didn't really go through these, but definitely interesting. But kind of maybe like a shadow. When you have finished your thumbnail, and you're ready to get this into YouTube, you can export this as an image. You can say save image, and it saves it to the camera roll. Now, what I found out is that if you really want to make the biggest image you can, you need to go resize. So you hit resize, and you can see you're in the thumbnail image, right? Or YouTube thumbnail. If you just scroll over here to 16:9, and you say, there you go. Now, when you download this one, it's going to be a larger image. And so that's a good one for your archives to always keep like the best and largest image in there as you can get. All right, now we've made it to the end, and I'm going to show you my favorite part of this program. So once you have your thumbnail done, you're going to go to this other little section down here called animation, because now it's time to post this video and post this thumbnail on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you can, Facebook, all of them, just as many places as you can. And you need something that's going to make people stop their scroll, right? So instead of just posting the thumbnail, you can take this feature and you go through these and look at that. It animates your thing for you. And it has all these different ones, from color to text to slide. But here's my favorite one, zoom. Look at this. Boom, it just like grows and it looks amazing. And yes, when you're scrolling through Twitter, you see this thing and you're like, whoa, what's happening? Oh yeah, I gotta go check out the Floodlight Show's new video on thumbnails, on fast thumbnails. So these are very powerful tools offered by Adobe. If you have a Creative Cloud membership, you already have access to this. You can get it on your desktop. You can get it on your iPad. You can get it on your phone. You can make thumbnails wherever you are now. Hundreds and hundreds of different templates and stuff to get your creative juices flowing. I hope you check it out. I hope you step up your thumbnail game, and I hope you win in this YouTube game. Get those subscribers, get those views, use these awesome thumbnails to crush it this year. So thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you join the channel, and I'll see you at the next one.